On record in two cases. The first case is stand on the X and do not lean on the table. Are you standing on the X? It's usually further back. Okay, thank you. Mr. Torres, we're on the record in cause number 327934, the state of Texas versus Jesus Torres. We also, Mr. Torres has another case, which is cause number 327936. Mr. Torres, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Torres, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Torres, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Torres?
Pretty good about yourself.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Torres, your case will style the state of Texas versus Jesus Torres. The first case, cause number 327934, charges you by information with the Class A misdemeanor offense of discharging a firearm in certain municipalities. The information states that on or about June 11th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, on the city of Beaumont, rather, that you were charged with the Class A misdemeanor offense of discharge of firearm in a certain municipality. Mr. Torres, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Sir.
And to discharge, Mr. Torres, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Sir.
Okay, Mr. Torres, I have before me what is marked as State's Exhibit number 1, and it is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishment. On page, well, first of all, do you recognize this document?
Yeah.
Okay, on the second page of this document, Mr. Torres, are these your initials?
Yes, sir.
And on the third page of this document, Mr. Torres, is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, Mr. Torres, do you recognize this document? Speak up, you have to speak up.
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature above the line that says defendant?
Look at it close. Right, shot for you. Yeah, that's me.
What did you say?
That's me.
That's your signature?
Yeah.
All right, now, there are two boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is the first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? You have to respond.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, do you understand that you do not, that this is a misdemeanor case? Well, this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. That's what it
Yeah, I
states.
understand.
You understand? Okay. The next box that's checked states that you're waiving, which means that you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. I have two other documents before me. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. And Mr. Torres, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was waiting for you to put your mask back on. And at the bottom of this document, there are initials on the line that says, I want to waive my right to an attorney and represent myself. Are these your initials?
Sir.
And is that your signature above the line that says defendant?
Sir.
Or that's on the line that says defendant? Okay, I have another document before me. This document is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea or Proceeding to Trial. Mr. Torres, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Torres, prior to signing and initialing the documents that's on paper and on the tablet, did you have an opportunity to read these documents?
Yes, sir.
And did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
yourself.
State. I have before me state's exhibit number 1. State you like to, well, state's exhibit number 1 and number 2. State you like to offer state's exhibit number 1 and 2.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Torres, I have before me state's exhibit number 1. State's exhibit number 1 is the document that you initialed on page 2 and signed on page 3. State's exhibit number 2 is the probable cause affidavit. The state would like to use these documents as evidence against you in this case. Is it all right for the state to use these documents as evidence in your case?
Get me for what though?
To use as evidence to, one,
By me signing that, that mean I can't, by me signing that, that mean that I can no longer purchase no firearm?
well, my question was, we have a, I have an admonishment.
Before I sign any of that and I continue to go forward with any of this.
Okay, well, we're not gonna follow the plea bargain. So, at this time, the court is not gonna follow the plea bargain.